What it do, ladies and gentlemen? How you doing, world? That is May. We are going in for another edition of Encore Live on WBOKRadio.com. I am your one and only homie, Big Yogi. I am joined by my co-host, Miss Music from Team Music down in Tampa, Florida. What it do, ma'am?
What's up? Chilling.
As everybody knows, WBOKRadio.com, we bring you the best in the world when it comes to the entertainment business, man. We're not just talking rappers. We're not just talking film producers. We're not just talking R&B artists. Today, we are so humbled. I can't speak for everyone in this staff, but I am so humbled to have the opportunity to be able to speak to one of the greats in the game. When we talk about greats in the game, come on now, we're talking about Mr. Marshall Thompson, man. If y'all don't know who he is, we going back to the Shy-Lights, man. We bringing the OGs in the game. Y'all want to know what it do in the entertainment business? This is what it do. This is what it do. How you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us today.
Hey, my pleasure. How you doing out there?
Bless me. I mean, as I say to most people on my show, man, I'm talking to you, so I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
I'm blessed to hear you.
What's going on with you, sir? How you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling good now. You know, God has blessed me to be able to talk to you all and that beautiful lady you got right there. You know, we're gonna have a ball tonight.
Oh, that's Miss Music. Miss Music, tell Mr. Thompson who you will.
Well, leader of the Shy-Lights, been with the Shy-Lights for 57 years. And had the pleasure to record several hits, 2 number ones and 20 top 10 records.
Say it again.
20
say it again.
Top 10 and 2 number 1 hit records of all time.
Now, how long you been? Now, one more thing I want you to say again. How long have you been in this entertainment business? You say
57 years.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Yeah.
We're going to go in this evening. We're going to go in this evening because, oh, Lord, we get actors that have been acting for 30, 40 years. We get rappers that have been rapping for, like, 10 years, and they say, I'm a legend. I've been rapping for 10 years. I've been in this game for 57. Yeah! So let me start the questioning off with this, sir. Mr. Thompson.
How?
How do you stay 57 years in a business that usually on a regular basis, and I know that this isn't a new statistic. I know it had to be like way crazy when you first started off. We're going to go into that too. But how, for 57 years, it usually takes about 3 to 4 months of the realization that you're in the music business, and it usually crushes people. You can't take the responsibility. Make it here, they can't make it there. 57 years. How are you 57 years young?
Well,
because you're still putting music out. We're gonna get into that too. So like 57 years with the scape of the entertainment.
Well, been pretty blessed to be in it that long. Started back in the time, I can give you the time, right here in Chicago at the Wrigley Theater when I first started playing drums for Gladys Knight and the Pips. And from there, went on with Major Lance. I mean, that's way back in the 50s. And got the break from there. And after I toured with Major Lance with his song Monkey Time, I took the Shy-Lights on the road, and we traveled for about 10 years trying to do our thing, and we finally hit it with a number 1 record. Was the first gold record, was Give More Power to the People. And then we had a chance to go on the Flip Wilson show. Got to the Flip Wilson show. We was going there with Have You Seen Her? And Carl Davis told us to take Old Girl with us. I didn't like Old Girl, the record. I didn't like it because I thought it was a little too popish for me on the pop side. And he said, take it with you, Marshall. You got to take that record with you. So we took it with us and we did the song. 4 weeks later, it came on the charts at #1. It didn't even climb the charts. It came straight on the charts at #1 for 16 weeks.
Wow. Amazing. Looks like he's frozen up right now.
I'm back.
Okay, there you go.
Don't worry, world. I'm back.
Fuck for a second. It's like that's my cue to take over.
I guess I froze up, but I was asking. A lot of people want to know. Like a lot of people, for most of the guests that come on this show, people very much anticipate being able to like have a sit down with someone like yourself who is a great in the game. Like you say 57 years, but that's 57 years of acknowledged work. Minus like being an artist, I know you had to have like 3, 4, 8, 9 years before it got to that 57-year tenure. How does that
Right.
happen, sir?
Well, it happened after I left Gladys Knight and the Pips as a drummer,
Woo!
and Major Lance. I had a chance to go on the road with Major Lance to learn the road. When I got back, I pulled the guys out of the Eugene Record out of the cab, and Squirrel out of welding, and Red out of the post office, and then we hit the road. So we traveled all the way to California in the station wagon, which you've seen in the Five Heartbeats movie. That was the Charlottes going through that trail, going to California, stopped by the police and everything, you know, and putting us up the side of the road, putting guns up to our head, all kind of crazy stuff. So we went out there and worked the Sunset Boulevard strip for about 4 years, okay? And at that time, Sam Cooke had got killed out there at the same time up the street on Figueroa, up there at the hotel there. And we went down there and seen him, them carry him away, and we was just working from club to club on Sunset Boulevard until we got our break.
The question I want to ask, sir, part of the question that I asked about 57 years, which probably equates to about, let's say 57 years equates to 65 years in the game. With
Wow.
with the dynamic of how entertainment, especially like being a musician, has adjusted, like the way that people view musicians, the way that people view entertainers. From your time, we're going back into some like, oh my God, like I have to say this. I'm gonna be a little boy right now. You know, some of the people that I grew up listening to in my household, when vinyl was playing in my household, it was Sade, it was Shaka Khan. You know what I'm saying? It was those people, but they got their influence from you, from the people that you were doing business with. Like
Well,
you were one of those people that what you did in entertainment and music, you actually were a part of an era, like we said. Like, you know, last week we had Hawthorne James on, an actor from the Five Heartbeats movie, and that movie was actually a depiction of what it was like to be the Shy Lights and
that's
Ghost
correct.
Light the State. And like for it being from that time to what it is now, because you're still putting out new music right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is still putting out new music right now. What is it like for you? Just a quick question. I know I'm going to ramble a lot. I'm being babbly because I have you on the line, sir. What would you say would be the thing that has kept your drive alive for so long?
Well, I would say my drive came from the blessings of God, #1. And the thing is, by my whole family, which have you seen Unsung, we was Unsung, they showed our whole life story, how I started off. And my family was musically inclined. Daddy played with Louis Armstrong right here. My uncle played drums, but he was here with Red Fox. So growing up with that, getting into the musical game, I just wanted to do what I had to do. So I never drink, never smoke, and never got high and all that. So my concentration, my high was on keeping the group form and moving on with our careers.
Now, in the time that the Shy Lights started, with all the other groups and everything else that was going on at the time, like what were some of the challenges that you had to like overcome to get to be who you are today? And even with the Shy Lights starting and the groups that you worked with before the Shy Lights became the Shy Lights, like what
Well,
were some of the challenges that like you had to overcome?
the first of all, it was a lot of challenges out there. We was trying to sing like the Dales, which are very good friends of mine right here in Chicago area. But we was trying to sing like when the Temptations busted out, the end of the '50s. We were singing a lot of their songs before we even got our own hits. You know, we were singing those up and down the highway and the road. Uh, it was pretty hard until we got the right connection. Once we went with Carl Davis, he had a big connection with the top companies in the country. It made it a little easier for us, but it was hard. We were struggling
Yeah.
like crazy, just
Oh,
like every other group.
pardon me one second, Mr. Marshall. When you talk, if you could please position your phone to where we can see your face as you're talking. Um,
Okay.
I didn't
but
want to
but now
interrupt
now
him.
now what- now when no no when only when you talk. Now I know you got to pull the phone up to your ear when Larry is talking, so you have to pull it up to your ear. Then I can understand that. But when you talk, if you could please pull it to where we can see your face. Okay?
Okay, can you see it now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes,
Seeing
sir.
it
All right.
Yes,
here.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Bad,
Okay.
bad person.
Hey.
But when it came down to your decision as an individual, I know that you were a part of a group, which meant that you had to have at least some type of core support for what you all were doing as a group. But as an individual, coming through, like we're talking about 57 years back from 2016. So you've lived through a lot of things. And being an entertainer and being someone that was a part of, we're going to go there, but being a part of the black mass that actually made money and that made more money than like, and I know that like money wasn't the issue then. It was just the opportunity to reach out from and show people, reach out from where you were at and show people that like you're not defined by your environment. Okay. Now during that
Right.
time, because we're talking about 57 years back, we're talking about civil rights movement, man. We're talking about like you said, like in the movie The Five Heartbeats, where you would be doing your thing with your boys. You guys are doing what you're supposed to do. You're not breaking any laws, anything. You're just traveling and working to change the dynamic of how people view young African American men. Now, when that was happening, I'm pretty sure there had to be times where you were like, man, this is just too tough. I can't take this. This isn't, I'm not, I can't speak for you and say that that's what you said, but I'm pretty sure that during that time, a lot of people that wanted to be a part of the musical movement, and a lot of the people that said, you know what, me and my boys, we can kill like the Temptations kill. Are you serious? We're nice with it, you know. But then there comes the time where like the Shy Lights start hitting the road. Like, what was that like for you, sir? Like 57 years ago, traveling and hitting the road, being on your grind as pretty much an indie artist and working
Well,
to build your brand. Like, what was that like then that time, sir?
okay, the thing is with us, basically, we had to do what we had to do on my side. The other guys had they was working in jobs before we took off of there. But me, I was always a musician. So I had to get the guys to believe into what my dream was to hit the road, and they went with me. So we took a chance and went out and got it done. It was rough now. It wasn't easy. Say for instance, when we got to the Apollo Theater, we had to play the Apollo Theater for a whole week. Well, for $750. The hotel bill was 1,200 and something. How about that?
Man.
Wow.
Man. Man. So what you know what I'm saying? So let me ask you
So
this,
we
sir.
had to go. We had to go through all that. You know, it was hard. To come up in our day. A lot of groups couldn't do what we did. I know they
Of
couldn't
course
make it.
not. Of
Uh-uh.
course not.
But But we did. We made it. We kept working hard, hard. Went to Houston, Texas. We went into hotels. We had to go out the back door. Well, we played Apollo
Hey,
Theater for a week for X amount of dollars. Get back to the hotel. We didn't have the money for the hotel. There's a lot of things we did. We went through all of it. Went through truck stops where we couldn't stop. We had to get out of there. Some of the white folks wouldn't even let us in the truck stops. Some of the white folks wouldn't let us in the hotels. We had to pick and choose where to go. Sometimes we had to sleep in our car. You know, and that's the only way we can do what we do is get in the car and go to sleep. Wake up the next day and hope we got a gig.
hit the
Etta
road.
James played us for a whole week in
Mm.
Sunset Boulevard. Etta James, the
You
one that
said
had Etta Last.
you said
Yep.
Etta James.
Yeah, Etta James, we made
Oh,
$15 a piece. We made
oh.
$15 a piece.
But
That
what
was
was but what was $15? What was $15 57 years ago though? So you
Well,
can so you can explain to these youngins in the game right now that they don't want to do a show unless they're getting $500 to show up and they're still on their come up. Explain to these youngins what $15 was 57
well,
years ago.
well, our hearts back then wasn't really about the money. Our hearts was making it. We wanted to make it. We wanted to have some hit records, and we wanted to be in position to be what we wanted to be. So our mothers and fathers had the money, so we didn't care about too much of the money. We just wanted to make it in the career with our careers. And $15 was a lot to us. It brought us some donuts every day.
And I'm gonna tell you something, man. Not man. Excuse me. I didn't mean to say that to you, sir. I'm gonna say something, sir. It's like with some of the people that I've had the opportunity to like speak to that have been in the game for like 30 plus years, 40 plus years, and like for yourself, like 57 years is documented because of the music. But the grind before the music got heard was years before that. We all know that. You know, um, the humbleness of like you know that you're an OG. Do you hear that a lot? Do people say, "Hey, OG," or
Right.
do you get that a lot? Do you get like when
Well,
people see you
well,
out and about and they're like, "Hey, that's OG right there."
well, they know I'm known for Godfather of vocal groups. That's what's on my title out there now.
Oh, say it again.
I'm the Godfather of all vocal groups.
Oh, oh, that's what it do, man.
Yeah,
What is
that's with the stylistics, dramatics. I'm Godfather of all the vocal groups.
Hey, now you saying some very heavy things. Like I'm just a young man out here trying to make a dollar. You
yes.
know what I mean? So like when you start dropping stuff like that on like the show that I host, man, they're gonna be like, "Come on, Yogi," but I'm letting them know, like who, sir, where are you at right now? Like what you doing? But just let's just break it down. Let's just get personal. Like what you doing
Well, I'm
right
right
now?
at my home, right in my den room, having fun with you all.
That's what's up, man. Oh Lord, I can't believe that like my opportunities and my blessings have brought me to be able to like be face to face with a person that has been so instrumental in music and entertainment and have gone has like oh my God. Some people think like a track meet only has like a 300 intermediate high hurdle, but you've been jumping over hurdles for like decades and 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 staying potent and
Like
staying
literally.
being relevant. Like that's crazy. That is just like I oh my God. Like I take every interview that I do very seriously. But there's some people that I have the opportunity to interview and be around that I just I never thought in my life. I never thought in my life. Like I was a kid that grew up with like, the Gap Band playing, Shaka Khan playing, Sade when she first came out playing in
Mm-hmm.
like, the household. I didn't get to choose the music that got played.
You know, Shaka Khan used to open up the show for us at Calumet High School in Chicago.
Right.
See, I had a different upbringing. My father used to listen to bebop music. I grew up with the Commodores. I grew up with Patti LaBelle. I grew up with God, one of my mama's favorite BB
Anita Baker.
King.
Anita
You know,
Baker.
I grew up with the older school though, because like my uncle was a jazz musician, so he used to play in
Huh.
big band. Yeah, so I grew up with a lot of stuff. I'm trying to think who else, but back in the days when y'all were actually playing the Temptations, um, you know, probably mainly I'd say anywhere from 50s, 60s, and 70s music. That's where I grew up at. But my dad used to listen to all the oldies, and we were talking about that last weekend. The Temptations. Like I actually met, I think three. I think it was three out of the five or six of them. I think it was like six or something eventually. But
She said
I met
six.
three of the five.
No, there was not six.
Well, I tell you what, you came up with some of the greatest entertainers in the world. You know, all the ones that you named, all friends of mine, was all friends of mine. I roll with every last one of them.
Yeah, I used
Mr.
to love the
Thompson,
music back then. I would steal his CD, not his CD, his tapes. I would steal them and listen to him. He's like, "You got my Commodores? You got my old great favorites?" And I'm like, yeah."
Well, hey, Commodores was one of the best.
Mhm.
Tuskegee, Alabama. Commodores, we had to do a concert there. I remember when Lionel Richie came, they wanted to open up the show for us. They was going to school right there in Tuskegee, Alabama College.
how does
Lights did a homecoming there.
Oh
like
wow.
And
what is life like for you? Like you being who you are, and is much with all of like we've lost some of the greats. We really have. We've really gone through some losses. Like the people that are really about music and really about like I remember when stars were stars forever, not just a year, not just a year or two because they put out a good track or they put out a good song, but I remember people like yourself, sir. Like, what is it like for you in your position in life? Or because I don't even know your position in life, but I'm saying, like, in your position in life, what is it like to like see some of the greats fall and still continue to do music and still continue to push?
Well, with the greats falling like they're doing, I learned a lot from them. Some of them learned from me, but I learned a lot from them. So what I try to do is take it up and move in the same directions that they were. You know, as time go on and on and on, things change. Now we traveled with Jackie Wilson for many, many years, and we sung background on Jackie Wilson's songs a lot. But I learned from Jackie Wilson how to do his thing. Sammy Davis Jr. was a very good friend of mine. I learned a lot of show business from Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh
And that's
Lord,
why he had us on his show, Sammy and Company.
oh
But
Lord.
we did a lot of great things with, with the great talents out there. And that's how you learn what you know how to do. You know, when you come to that stage, a lot of acts right now that I see, they can't perform because they haven't came up under the performers. They just figure whatever they do is okay, but it's not okay. When you come out there, you got to show professionalism. I see a lot of groups right now. They don't even need a dressing room. They come to the show with whatever they got on. They don't need a dressing room. When we come to a show, we got to have a dressing room because we got to change. We're not going to walk in no place dressed the way we are to call ourselves going to hit some stage.
Give him that knowledge. Give him that knowledge, sir. Give him that
You
knowledge,
know,
sir.
that's why they built dressing rooms. They didn't build dressing rooms for you to come in off the street in your street clothes. You know, you come in there with stage clothes. That's why you go out on the stage. You should have stage clothes,
Uh,
not personal clothes. Stage
so,
clothes.
Mr.
You see?
Mr.
Yeah.
Thompson, Mr. Thompson, I
Uh
wanna I wanna take this opportunity here on this station with you live on air with us, sir. I want to take this opportunity to go into because there's some younger cats that they tune into the station. We want to give a shout out to all of our viewers and listeners, everybody that's tuning in and everything. Right now, we have Mr. Marshall Thompson live on WBOKRadio.com. If y'all don't know who this man is, y'all need to pay attention to what's happening on this live broadcast because the brother is dropping knowledge. We're talking about 57 plus years in the entertainment business. But what we're going to do right now is, hey, Mr. Thompson, if you don't mind, we're going to go back to like a track that really kind of set some things off. And then we're going to ask you some questions about this track. Miss Music, can you play the first track, please?
Yeah, I'll play the first track. Let me go ahead and cue it up.
Get it up. Let them know. Let them know who we talking to.
Right.
I'd be in trouble if you left me now, 'cause I don't know where to look for love. I just don't know how. Oh, girl, how I depend on you to give me love when I need it. Right on time, you would always be. All my friends call me a fool. They say, let the woman take care of you. So I try to be hip and think like the crowd. But even the crowd can't help me now. Oh, tell me what am I gonna do? I know I've got a guilty face. Girl, I feel so out of place. Oh, yeah, yeah. Don't know where to go, who to see it. I guess I better go. I can save myself a lot of useless tears. Girl, I gotta get away from here. Oh, girl. Ain't
That was a jam back in the days.
What you mean? What
You
you
want me
mean
to
a
go ahead and
jam
play
back
them
in
all
the
through as
day?
well?
What
I
you
don't know
mean
if
a
you
jam back in the day?
right.
What you mean a jam back in the day? How does that make you feel, sir?
Well, make me feel great. You to have a record to stay on the chart for 18 weeks, okay, at number one, pop and R&B, you know?
But how does that make you feel nowadays? You know what I'm saying? Like you know, we're talking about like over 65. Some people don't make it to see 65. And you've been in the entertainment business for openly, openly 57 years. Like, how does that feel like that your music still resonates?
Well, we always said our music was before its time. You know, when Tom Washington did the arrangement, we always felt that our music was way before its time. And here it is. I mean, the guys have passed away, and we're still rolling with the music, and I'm still here to see it.
Yeah,
Is it
that's crazy, wonderful. Like to be able to be here that long. I mean, and he's been around greats, like they learned from him. He learned from them. You talking Commodores, Supremes. I mean, God, to be in that era is just amazing. Like I sit there at times when I listen growing up to that type of music and all those different people that were out there and groups making music. I just wonder where it went now. Like I wish we could bring that back. You know, that's an era that is always gonna be. I want to say timeless. You know, you'll never get that era back. You'll never get that music back unless you play it or press rewind. But it's just amazing. Like, how did y'all come up with songs like that? Who was writing for you?
Well, Eugene Record was writing all the songs back then. He had all those songs ready, but we just didn't have the break at the time. Those songs was done while we was in high school. Eugene Record was in Hyde Park High School. I was at DuSable High School in Chicago here. Squirrel was at Hyde Park High School.
I went to Highland Park High School.
Hyde Park?
I went to Highland Park.
Whoa! That's a great one.
Yeah,
that's a great one. I love Highland Park.
My dad was stationed at Fort Sheridan.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's fantastic.
I know Chicago.
Right on. That's all right, Harlan. Well, I think we did that's a record hop over at your school. But like I was saying, the young lady, I was telling her to do songs like that. We always knew it was before our time. Way before our time. And here it is, still going. And then getting another big break. We got the trailer going right now with Have You Seen Her playing on the NBA basketball championships right now for the movie Dory. They're playing our record Have You Seen Her on there.
That's a question I have to ask you, sir. It's a very big question I have to ask you. I myself, I'm a hip hop artist. I'm an MC. And there are tracks that have been in history that, of course, you wanna. If you're a music fan, if you're not just a hip hop fan, if you're not just a fan of a certain genre, but you're a music fan, okay? Big question, big question. Like, oh Lord, and I get to ask you this question. I am, wow. Okay. What did it feel like the first time that you heard the song Have You Seen Her transition into hip hop when like MC Hammer in like the late 80s, early 90s? When he first, what was that conversation like with like you and your label mates and what I'm saying, like your attorneys and everything? Like, are we gonna release this track for him to make this hip hop?
Right.
Well, what happened is when we first heard it, we had to listen real carefully because we thought we were singing the background on the track.
And
so
that can't happen.
We really had to listen because we wanted to find out is we gonna get paid then.
I'm talking about them checks.
So we listen. So what happened is Jack the Rapper had a convention in New Orleans. So MC Hammer invited us to the convention. We went down to the convention to see him do it performing on stage. We was in the audience. We were sitting on the balcony listening to MC Hammer sing the song. We wanted to come up on the stage and sing the background with him really at that time. But we was very happy and pleased to see him doing that song. That's where it all started. It started kicking off at the young folks doing the music. And I'm going to tell you about some more of the people. Was it more exciting than that? As we go, if you want me to tell you about that right now, I will.
Oh, please do, sir.
Go ahead.
Hey, look, this is WBOKRadio.com. Every Saturday, we broadcast from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 9. It depends on who we have on. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Mitchell pay the bills. So if we rockin', we going to keep it going. Like, we want to hear everything you have to say about who you are and what it is with their music. But
the next big one. the next big one we recorded in 1969 called Are You My Woman? Okay?
Oh.
And then the young lady, we was playing in New York City at the Apollo Theater, and the young lady picked up. No, we was at the Beacon Theater in New York, and one of the guys for the camp with Beyonce's camp picked up one of the CDs, one of our greatest hits. So about a month and a half later, we get a phone call to our publishing company saying that Beyonce is going to record you all song Crazy in Love from Are You My Woman? I said, what? She said, wow. And I played congos on that record. So next thing I knew, Beyonce comes out with Crazy in Love, the Shy Lights track, the whole track, you know, and that was our song, Are You My Woman? We sold about 3,000 records with our Are You My Woman. Beyonce sold 15 million, look like, with Crazy in Love, which was our song.
Wow. You got Roy.
Go ahead, man.
And then after that, here comes Jay-Z with December 4th. He recorded our song, that's our song, That's How Long I Love You. So we gave him the license to that. So we licensed Jay-Z, we licensed Beyonce, we licensed MC Hammer, we licensed Fantasia. Fantasia came up with a song called Baby Mama, which is another Shy Light song.
So with all that happening, right? Because we're talking about okay. Hey, hi, Markeisha Best. How you doing,
I want to introduce you to Miss Markeisha Best, Mr. Marshall Thompson. Markeisha was originally with WBOK Radio. Markeisha Best, I did invite her to join in on the conversation because she is a huge fan of yours, and I wanted to give her the opportunity to tell you hello as well too.
Hey,
so right now we got Markeisha Best on the phone.
Hey, I'm a slack off because Markeisha Best is the first person to interview me on this station. So Markeisha, we got Marshall Thompson on the line right now. We live. Like, go in, Ma. You know, I know you know what you doing when it come to this.
Right on. But I mean, we on. You know, K. Michelle come out with one of our songs too. That's How Long I Love You. She took the track to that one, which you know. I mean, we can go on and on. They're really coming through with.
This is so humbling. This is so humbling. How are you, Mr. Thompson?
Say it again.
She was saying that this is very humbling to get the opportunity to meet you, and she was asking how you were doing, Mr. Thompson.
Well, I'm coming back. You know, I would have had a stroke on a Soul Train cruise, but that was 2.5 years ago.
Humbling. How are you? Thank you for doing.
Yeah, that was 2.5 years ago, but I'm coming back strong now. I'm back on tour and everything. I'm with the OJs on a couple of shows, and I did the thing in California, which was Valentine's Day. We drew 12,500 people at that concert, and it was super sold out.
Wow. That's amazing.
Like with that, Mr. Thompson, I wanted to ask you this, man. Excuse me, because I don't need. I apologize. Whenever I say man, it's just me speaking. But like, sir, what does that feel like? Like all these years later, like the work that you all put in, and when you all said that you all will make like classic music, you all will make like long-standing music, and that was your focus and goal 57 years ago. Now we're talking about 57 years later, and you have Jay-Z wanting to pick up your track, and then you're sitting down talking to Jay-Z. When Rihanna wants to pick up one of your tracks, and you have to sit down with them, do you feel like your music has done its job, or do you feel like people are taking your music and making it what they want it to be? Like how does that go? Like when you say, okay, I'll release this music, from the Shy Lights. I'll release this music that I was the lead vocalist on. I have the rights to it. I can say yay or nay. So Jay-Z, you're famous. You're rich. Of course, you're going to pay me properly for these rights. Or do you all think about, like, I don't want this person to represent our music?
Well, that don't come from us like that. What happened is we want to see what they're going to do with the music. If they do the right thing with the music, you know, time goes on. Time brings about a change, you know, and they did a great job with our music. And what happened is now when we do festivals for the kids out there, say we do big festivals in the summertime, they have the grown people have their kids with them. The kids know what we're singing out there. They might not know the words because we're singing different words, but they're hearing that music. So they take to that music, and we have a great crowd every time we perform any place. They're coming out. We're not just drawing Shy Lights people. We're drawing the young folks, the hip hoppers out there.
What do you? Is it? Now, here's a question that a lot of people wanted me to ask, and I'm going to ask this question as respectfully as possible, sir. From the time that you started in music and the obstacles that it took for you all to, like, not just yourself, but like yourself and the brothers that you moved as a unit through the music industry, what do you feel like? Now, we need the honest answer, sir. Mr. Thompson, we need the honest answer.
Oh, I think we lost.
We lost them?
I think we lost him, yep.
All right,
hold on one second.
I guess
Yeah.
what we could do is we could probably have Miss
Play
Music
it.
cue up another track, though.
There you go.
They know
There
who
you
we
go.
at least interviewing right now.
There you
Hey,
go.
Miss Music, let's go into that hold on to, yo. Hold
There you go.
on, yo. The
There you
Shy
go.
Lights, ladies and gentlemen.
We got Marquisha's in the house too, so that's what's up.
Best is on the line. Marquisha, salute to you, baby. I've
All
been
right,
seeing
Mr.
you moving around the globe. I've been seeing you moving around the globe. I've been seeing
Okay, we got Mr. Thompson back on the line. We got Mr. Thompson back on the line.
Hey.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Mr. Thompson? Can you hear us? Hello.
Hey. Miss
Hello,
Music.
can you hear us?
Miss Music. Can we?
Hold it. Mr. Thompson, can you hear us? Hello. Hello.
We can
Mr.
see him.
Thompson. Yeah, we see him, but I don't hear him. I don't think he hears us. Mr. Thompson.
Right. Let's play some of his music.
Hold it. No, not yet. Not yet. Hold on one second, Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson. Hello. He's trying to get us. Okay, what we're gonna do now is you can go ahead and hit the next track while we're waiting on him to get his volume in. Miss Music, hit the second track, please. Hit the second track, please.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, WBOKRadio.com, Team Music, all that. What we're going to do is we're going to play the second track this evening from Mr. Marshall Thompson. It's called Hold On to Your... Let's see what it says.
Hold on.
This music, can we please play this?
Now, hold on. Give me some information. Hold on. That way, they know what you're talking about. I'm trying to get in here to yeah. What year was done?
So you don't have the second one?
I got it.
No, I have it. I just gotta get it. Their email.
Okay. Yeah,
It wasn't
Mr.
in.
Mr. Yogi got your back up.
Oh, for sure, there.
You say you got it, don't you, bro?
For
Oh,
sure.
I can now. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
man.
was just saying. What year was that? If you anything about the story about it before we got into it, I just had to scroll.
We don't have his volume. I think he hears us. Mr. Thompson, do you hear us? I don't think he hears us. If you can hear us, Mr. Thompson, if you want to log out and try logging right back in. If you want to log out and try logging back in, if you can hear us. He may not hear us. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead if you got it. Just we'll get the storyline on that. Just hit the track so we can get the music going on the second track, please. This music.
Yeah. I don't have
Just hit the second track.
all right, I don't have it in the email you sent. You sent me 2 copies of
Okay.
one track.
Okay.
So I got
Brother.
hot
Okay,
on.
I think we got him. I think we got you. We got you, Mr. Marshall. Mr. Thompson, we got you. I thought I heard him for a second. There we go.
You there?
Yeah. Yogi, if you could hit that second track, man, I'd appreciate it, bro.
Gotcha.
I got it.
Okay. Yogi's got it. Yogi's got it.
Okay. I got hot on though next.
Mr. Thompson, can you hear us? I still don't think he got us.
All right. This is what we're going to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I humbly respect everybody that's still tuned in and that wants to see what I do. We're going to get Mr. Thompson back on the line. We're working through some technical difficulties. Of course, we're live, so y'all know it's raw. We ain't playing with y'all. So what we're going to do right now is, man, we're going to go into one of the tracks that really has set Mr. Thompson out there. So I'm going to play this right here. I hope y'all like it.
I'd be in trouble if you left me now. I don't know where to look for love. I just don't know how. Oh, girl, how I depend on you to give me love when I need it. Right on time, you would always be. All my friends call me a fool. They say, let the woman take care of you. So I try to be hip, be like the crowd. Running in the crowd can't help me I guess I better know. I can save myself a lot of useless tears. Girl, I gotta get away from here. Oh, girl, pain will double if you leave me now. I don't know where to look for love, and I don't know how. Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marshall Thompson, man. So what we doing on WBOKRadio.com right now, man.
Right.
If y'all ain't with that, I don't know how you're living your life. I don't know how you're living your life. But what I do want to do is, man, I want to give y'all like a little extra special right now. Man. Just a little extra special. You know what I mean? So everybody gets a good understanding of who we have on the line right now. Mr. Thompson, if you don't mind, we gonna play that hot on your thing.
You smile at me, and I smile at you. Something in your eyes said no, because I'm blind. So I stood there high by the way. I hang around in this way. You got me going. I'm really, really hot. You got me going. Tell me that you believe in me. Well, I just want you to know. You got me burning. I'm really, really hot. You got me burning.
What
All
y'all
right.
think, man? What y'all think? WBOKRadio.com.
Wow.
I'm
Unreal
digging it.
Saturday night, man. We're doing good right now, man.
I got it over here.
Appreciate
Mine's
that.
better.
All right. Mr. Thompson,
Ah,
can you hear us now? Mr. Thompson, can you hear us now? Hello? Mr. Thompson, can you hear us now?
Hello,
Okay.
hello.
We got you. Can we I can hear you just fine. Can you
Could you
hear
hear me
us?
now?
I can hear you just fine. Can you hear us? Can you hear
I
us?
don't, I don't understand.
Hello? 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 We
Damn.
we hear you just fine.
Yeah,
Hello?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Um,
all right. Mr. Thompson,
It's just it's something. It's either something wrong with your microphone or something wrong with my microphone. It's either.
I'll text the
that,
questions to him. I'll text the questions to him.
that is a
Uh,
horrible
uh,
situation.
yeah.
That is a horrible situation.
Hmm.
But we gonna keep the ball rolling, man. It's WBOKRadio.com, man. We live. It's Encore Live every Saturday. Right now, even through the technical difficulties, who else?
Could I call in on the telephone number you send me, and maybe we can go through it better that
Miss
way?
Music, can you patch him in on your phone number? You can patch him in.
Let's rock it.
Not yet. Not yet. We
Let's
haven't
rock
figured
it.
that
Let's
one
give
out.
the people what they want.
We can't patch him in on your phone on your mixer.
Have him text me a telephone number.
Not yet.
Okay, okay.
I wish we could, but
Hold on one.
We can do that with myself.
Text me a telephone number, and I'll call in so then we can speak properly.
that'll work.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you
Play
can
a
see,
song.
ladies and gentlemen, exactly. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is WBOKRadio.com, man.
Mhm.
This is Encore Live, man. We're live. We have the stars. We have the legends live. This is not edited. This is not edited. What we're gonna do right now, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all another track from this young man. Been killing the game for 57. We might as well put some more years on it. But we're going to play another track by this young man, man. We got Mr. Marshall Thompson on the line right now, live. We're going to work through our technical difficulties. But in the meantime, Jimmy Iovine time, we're going to remind you of who we have on the line right now. So I'm about to play another track. What we're going to do is we're going to go into some of that, you know.
Hey, Yogi.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me get you. Let me get you. I got it right now. All right.
You got it?
Yep.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
going on?
Handle it. Handle it. Let's
It's
play
coming.
it. If this song didn't play during your prom, the nigga that took you wasn't shit.
Yogi.
Go ahead. I was talking. I'll put it back on.
Actually, he
You there?
he just signed off. Everybody's doing very well. And I think we're talking over
Everybody's
everybody.
fizzing up.
We're actually talking over everybody, and definitely we want this to flow a little smoother than this. Everything's good. Everything else is good, but we can't help the technical difficulties that we're having here as far as his side. We don't normally have this type of problem, and it is. I think it could very well be that he's that it could. I don't know, like you mentioned, it could very well be. The fact Yogi mentioned something about earbuds instead of earphones, and that could very well be what's going on. You know what I'm saying? As far as that part of it is concerned, he has logged off. So what we're going to do is we are going to patch in. You said you're going to patch in through your number, Yogi. Is that what you said? You're going to patch in through your number.
We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it cranking. We're gonna play some of. We're gonna play some of this young man's music, man. Mr. Marshall.
Yeah, go ahead and do that, and I'll get you music.
We are still live right now on WBOKRadio.com. We are still on your every Saturday show that is Encore Live. So what we're going to do while we work through our technical difficulties, we appreciate y'all still tuning in. We can see everybody that's tuning in, man. We can see the numbers, man, and we definitely appreciate the love. And for everybody that's still hanging online with us, we appreciate you. What we're going to do is everybody that tuned in to hear music and to hear the mindset of Mr. Marshall Thompson, we're going to keep his music cranking, man. We're going to work through our issues, but we're WBOKRadio.com, man. We're not gonna hold y'all back from like the music. So let's get this going right now. We're gonna get Mr. Marshall Thompson's "Coldest Day." It's one of his newest pieces of music that he put out. Like everybody knows him from the Shy Lights and Have You Seen Her and everything else, but y'all, I don't think y'all paying too much attention to what this young man is still doing in entertainment. So we're gonna crank this while we work through our technical
Right.
difficulties. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. This goes out to my partners that passed away. Eugene Record, Dallas World Lester, pretty old John. I remember, oh yeah, the signs of springtime. Never heard music everywhere. Everywhere. Some of us days, and some of us cry. Can't you see? Can't you see the tears in my eyes? She's what I had dreamed of. She's all that I think of, yeah. 10 feet tall. Oh, I was riding so high. What eyes of a child, shining so bright. And come on, y'all. This day of my life.
Hey, Larry.
Yeah, there we go. We got you. We got you. We got you.
Of my life. I had to run for cover. No.
I see you, Larry.
Okay, we hear you. Can you hear us now, Mr.
Yeah,
Thompson?
yeah, I can hear you good now.
Okay, sounds good, my friend. Sounds good. Okay, I apologize for all the inconveniences. We will make it right. Okay, we will make this right. I do apologize for all the inconveniences. We're going to make this right. As a matter of fact, I wanted him to be on the phone I wanted him to be on the show when we played The Coldest Day. So we're actually going to replay The Coldest Day. We're going to replay that because I have my reasons for wanting him to be on the phone. So we're going to replay this right now. If you could please cue it back up because we want the man himself on here while we play this song. Okay. All right. Check it out. I'm
gonna play that. All right. All right.
Please.
I'm gonna play it version.
Please do.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Please do.
All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. This goes out to my partners that passed away. Eugene Record, Dallas World Lester. Oh yeah, the signs of springtime. Never bird, music everywhere. Everywhere. Some of us play, oh, and some of us cry. Can't you see? Oh, can't you see the tears in my eyes? Woo. She's what I had dreamed of. She's all that I think of, yeah. Woo. 10 feet tall. Oh, I was riding so high.
So high.
Never tried. Shining so bright.
So bright.
Come on, y'all. Oh, this day of my life. Oh, this day of my life. I had to rub up, no.
Hey.
Cold day. I thought there was no other, no. Lord, take away the pain. Oh, you know, let it fall like the rain. And it's worth down below. 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 Just could be there. Down below. It just could be there. Down below. Just could be there. It just could be there. Just could be there. Whoa. Can I get y'all to wave your hands out there? Give me an amen out there. Come on.
Yeah. I love it.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
You know, Mr. Thompson, that is a beautiful tribute. That is a beautiful tribute. I love that. I think that you really nailed it. I mean, I do see the passion and how you put that together. That track is wonderfully worded and put together, and that's a beautiful tribute. And I know the rest of the guys would have just loved that. You know, that's a beautiful tribute.
Right on.
I want to give Makisha a chance to get the floor for a second. I want to give her a chance to ask you a couple of questions there. Makisha, you got the floor up, honey.
Oh, okay. How you doing, Mr. Marshall? Such a pleasure.
How you
Oh
doing?
my goodness, I'm just honored. I'm honored. I'm a big fan. Early on in my life, my parents had me listening to the Shy Likes and the Likes. My question is, this reminds me of this song that we just played reminds me of Quincy Jones when he said all of his friends are dying. So how does one stay strong as the aging process happens and you lose your bandmates? I mean, do you just still feel their presence or like, and how do you deal with it? This because we all it's something that we all have to go through. Mr. Marshall, what do you say to that?
Well, what happens with me, I first of all I give honor to God and to give me the strength. Number one. And then number two is I make sure everybody that grew up with me, came up with me, their families are taken care of. Everybody get their royalties. Every member of my group get their royalties, get paid. Their children, their grandchildren, their wives. That's number one. When I hit the stage with guys I take on stage with me now, I show the pictures of the original guys on stage. When I put my picture out there, I make sure that everybody know the original Shylights, not no fake Shylights. I don't want the audience to come to a concert thinking they're gonna see the Shylights and they're not. That's why when we do a concert, you only see one picture, mine. I'm the last man standing. So we're not bringing no fake people. We bring in me, the original member, and then I have some guys that I hire to do the performance, which does a great job with me when they do their songs, the Shylight songs, and it works. But I let them know that there's no two Shylights, there's not no three Shylight groups, there's only one. If you don't see that one picture, you don't have the Shylights.
Does that affect you still now, this long into the game, where you have people that like they say, a venue will say, okay, we're gonna have the Shy Lights here tonight, and they're like, I'm not traveling to that city. Like, how do you deal with that? Like, where people try to utilize your name and your lineage and the business to the game. Like, is that still something that you deal with, or is that more or less like on, you've been in the game for a while, so you don't deal with that?
Well, I have to deal with it. What I do is, like I tell you,
I think we might have lost him. Um,
when you see the posters, you're gonna see one picture. I guess you seen it. I sent that picture.
Yeah.
And just like I did when they had all four members up on the stage. But they have some new guys, but they are good performers. They are singing those hits just like we did when we made them, and they're coming to hear the hits. And the name brand is the Shylights. Okay, when you go to McDonald's, you get a McDonald's for your kids. That hamburger gonna taste the same. So it's the brand. It's the brand. They come to see the
yeah,
brand and hear
Oh,
the hit
say it
record.
again.
that's true. Hmm.
See, the brand is what's happening.
Oh
When
yeah.
I
Oh
tell you
yeah.
what, you find a McDonald's out there, and I bet that little kid hit your leg. Hey, daddy, I want some McDonald's. Every McDonald's that you go to is gonna taste the same.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
So what's
Miss
the
Music, you got any questions, Miss Music? So you've been kind of quiet over there.
Yeah, well, I've been letting Markeisha Best go ahead
Go
and
ahead,
give.
Miss Music. Ask the question. Ask your questions.
What I'm curious is what lessons you learned the way that you believe that
I,
somebody
I think
high
I think I
taught
think we lost him. I
you.
think we lost him. Yeah, I think we lost him. Sorry about that. Um,
Yes, but
uh, so what have we all learned? What have we all learned? Like Miss
hey,
Makisha Best, you on the line. Miss Music, you're on the line. Mr. Mitchell, you facilitate all of this, like
mhm.
for everyone to be able to be able to have this platform of knowledge. Like,
Come back with that question again, please.
what do we all learn? What do we all learn? Like, and for you, Mr. Marshall, like you're back on the line. Like, what is your most potent piece of knowledge that you want to put out to the world, as far as like being a grown man, and then being a grown man and handling entertainment, and being in entertainment for as long as you've been. Hello?
Yes, Mr. Marshall.
Can you hear us, Miss? Can you hear us, Mr. Thompson? Can you hear us? Hello? I think we lost him again. His sound. I
Sorry.
think we lost his sound again. I'll inbox him.
Well, what's been the most like educational thing as far as like being in entertainment, being hosts, being people that make music, being people that are in the music business, for the hosts that are online right now, like what do you all feel like is like the biggest thing that you've learned from Mr. Thompson? My Keisha, like you doing your thing, Ma. I was talking to Mr. Mitchell about you earlier today. Like I was really shouting you out. So like what do you think like from what we've learned from Mr. Thompson,
Mm-hmm.
you know, with
That
what you're doing?
longevity in this business is still possible. It's still possible. I mean, because
Okay.
we have so many fly by night artists today. That's the
Mm-hmm.
trend. But for people like Mr. Thompson to still be so relevant and to still have people sampling the shot light so heavily that
Yeah,
longevity in entertainment is still possible.
absolutely.
He's the prime example.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Makes perfect sense. That makes
Mr.
perfect
Music,
sense.
what you pick up from this interview? What you pick up from like the knowledge that that Mr. Thompson had dropped like this evening for like the viewing audience?
Well, it's on a whole nother level than anybody ever thinks. What I seen tonight was a man who spent the last 57 years
Mm-hmm.
still including everybody who's been a piece to his puzzle, whether they are here or whether they are gone.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there, I think, is something he's on to.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like you said, everybody eats. He doesn't
Right.
forget anybody. And he's still here 57 years later. So I think we need to take some tips from this man and turn around and try to sell it. Just
Mr. Marshall,
help us, you know?
Mr. Marshall Thompson,
Um,
what do you feel like?
Probably another 10 minutes.
What do you
Probably about
feel
another
like?
10 minutes.
I know. What do you feel like is your greatest thing that you want to spread to the world, man? Like for you being in the game as long as you've been in the game, sir, like what is one of the biggest messages that you want to put out to anybody that's aspiring to be in entertainment, anybody that's aspiring to be like an R&B artist, a hip hop artist?
In and out is like one in, one out, one in, one out. I hope you can
Okay.
understand me, but I can't understand them.
Okay. Can you hear my voice, Mr. Thompson? Hello. Can you hear my voice? Okay. Miss Music, ask him. Can he hear you?
Hey, honey, can you hear me?
Okay. Markeisha, ask him. Can he hear you? If you mind, please.
Mr. Thompson, can you hear us?
Okay.
Mr. Thompson, are you up with us?
Okay.
Mr. Thompson,
I don't
can
think
you
he's
hear
got.
us right now?
I don't think he's got any of us here. Hold on a second. Let's see. Okay. He's inboxing me. He's inboxing me right now. I'll let you know. Okay. In
Okay.
and out. Okay. Okay.
Tell him to sign in and sign out.
We will.
That happens to
What
me.
we'll do. What we will do. We will go ahead and we will set up a part 2 to this interview, and we'll work out all the bugs. We'll set up a part 2 to this interview. If you guys can go ahead, and what I'll do is I'll inbox him and make him aware of that. If he doesn't hear us right now, what we're going to do, I want to thank all the WBOK radio listeners for tuning in. I do apologize for the inconveniences. Once again, this is a legend, and so we're going to have to fix this problem, okay? This is a legend, and so what we're going to do is we're going to try to reschedule another date. to have him back on, and we're going to work out all the bugs between time, in the meantime, in between time. So thank you all, and we want to just keep a close eye on our Facebook, and I'll keep you posted on everybody. But next week, we're going to be interviewing Arrested Development. Arrested Development is going to be on next week, and Makisha, I invite you to join in as well. If you want to join in, you are more than welcome to join in as well if you want to join in too. So I got you, okay? I got you covered. I still love you, Makisha, I promise you.
I love you back.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, listeners, and we will keep you posted on the next event, and we will have Mr. Marshall Thompson on again. And thank you all. And actually, if you want to go out with his last, if you want to go out with Have You Seen Her? If you want to go out with Have You Seen Her? I'd appreciate it, Miss Music. If you want to go out with Have You Seen Her? Yeah.
People, next weekend.
One month ago today, I was happy as a lark, but now I go for walks, to the movies, maybe to the park. I have a seat on the same old bench to watch the children play. You know, tomorrow is their future, but for me, just another day. They all gather around me. They seem to know my name. We laugh, tell a few jokes, but it still doesn't ease my pain. I know I can't hide from a memory, though day after day I've tried. I keep saying she'll be back, but today again I've lied.
Oh, I see her face everywhere I go, on the street and even at the picture show. Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Oh, I hear her voice as the cold winds blow in the sweet music on the radio. Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Why, oh, why did she have to leave and go away? Oh, I've been used to having someone to lean on, and I'm lost, baby, I'm lost. Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Seen her? Oh, have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Seen her? Oh, she left her kiss upon my lips, but left that ring within my heart. Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Oh, I see her hand reaching out to me. Only she can set me free. Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Why, oh, why did she have to leave and go away? Oh, yeah. Oh, I've been used to having someone to lean on, and I'm lost, baby, I'm lost. Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Seen her?
As another day comes to an end, I'm looking for a letter or something, anything that she would send. With all the people I know, I'm still a lonely man. You know, it's funny. I thought I had her in the palm of my hand. Oh yeah, have you seen her? Have you seen her? Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Have you seen her? Tell me, have you
Hey,
We're gonna try one last time. We're gonna try one last time, Mr. Thompson. Can you hear us? Are you with us, Mr. Thompson? Can you hear us?
Hey.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear us now.
Yay!
Okay, we got it. We can extend it a little bit, Yogi.
all
Okay.
right, Mr.
I
Thompson,
was asking.
we want
Hey, I was asking when he got cut off before. I wanted to ask him what he learned, his lessons along the way.
Well, I learned my lessons along the way is being on that road, learning what to do, and learning what not to do on the road. You know, it's a lot of things about the business. You have to learn the business. I learned the business. I know one thing. I wish I would have had more education. I would have been way further than I am now. But at the time, I didn't have it, but I learned the music education as I went along for the 57 years. Now I teach a lot of acts that doesn't know the business. I teach them know how to get their money, how to get paid, what to look for. Show business is 90% business, 10% show. Remember, 90% business is show business, 10% show. That's why they call it show business.
Gotcha. Now tell me, who was the most excuse me, I can't talk. Who was the most inspirational person you ever met along the way while you're in the music industry that actually changed your perception of how you looked at the business?
Well, I learned my business from Mr. Jackie Wilson. Jackie Wilson was the major guy with me. And then along came, who else? Oh, Sammy Davis Jr. He taught me some of the business. Dick Clark, American Bandstand. I used to talk to him a lot. He told me a lot about the business. Who else? I say Gladys Knight and the Pips. Bubbles. He learned me a lot about the business. The Mighty Mighty Dales taught me a lot about the business.
When you were preparing, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, how did it feel when you actually walked out on stage and you had like a whole bunch of people, hundreds of thousands or even millions of people just like screaming and yelling when y'all came out to perform your music? How did you feel? How did it make you feel inside?
Well, it made me feel like I was somebody in the music business. And the hottest thing when we got off the plane in London, and I seen everybody getting off the plane, going through the tunnels and all that, and we get off the plane, and the limousine is right on the field to pick us up, to take us right to our hotel, and our guards and things like that brought the baggage to the hotel. I say, wow.
Right.
Because then you know you're there. That's when you know, like, okay, I've made it, you know. That was also
as far as preparing for the shows, how long does it pretty much take you to do a preparation for the show, like nowadays, as far as the preparation, and then as far as your touring, where are some places that you go to right now? I mean, recent. Where are some of the recent places that you've been?
Well, we go all over. We just came back from Europe. We was over in England. I guess you've seen that on Facebook. It was all over Facebook. We went over there to YouTube. We sold out 2 shows there. It was very nice. Or no, overseas in Europe, we had more hit records overseas in Europe than we had in America. We had to
Wow.
change our whole show when we get over
Wow.
there because
Wow.
they want to hear songs like "Too Good to Be Forgotten." I
Woo.
found a lot of the album cuts, which you don't even have here. We sang the Marriage License, and we can go on and on and on with records. And just
Yes,
like the
sir.
guys right now, my guys right now want to record right now. I tell them, listen, we got 40 albums. We got
Oh
40
my.
songs that people never even heard of. So
Woo.
if we want to release something, I'd rather release the original Shy Lights vocals because people know those vocals. Okay, we're doing some new records where people doesn't recognize the voices. Okay, then it's like a setback. So all I have to do is go in and remaster and remix the original 40 albums that we had and bring them up to date, just like a Beyonce did with our track on Crazy in Love. She brought the track up to date.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Ooh. All right.
Well, I'm wondering
Okay.
something. I'm wondering, like, before you leave here, what is there that you want to do? Before you say bye to the world, what do you want to do? Is there anything? Jump out of a plane, hop on a camel's back, go to the Fox game?
Well, you in and out again. Every one word I hear some of it, and then you cut off. I don't know if I'm doing the same thing with you all, but that's what is here. The question. Will you repeat it one more time for me, please? Let me try to catch it.
I asked before you've been the last man standing all this time. I was wondering if there's something out there that you wanted to do but you ain't done yet, and what would that be?
Yeah, it's something I'm doing right now.
No. What do you want to do?
They're doing well. They following their dreams now.
Miss Music talking bucket list. Like
Yeah,
bucket
bucket
list.
list.
Like you've
Got
been
it.
in the game 57 years. What is on your bucket list, sir?
What do you want to do? You
Like,
ain't done.
before you say, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I've given
Well,
enough.
actually, I am that. Well, I'm on the road with the guys to keep them moving. I'm still on stage. I'm still singing with them, but it generates me. My adrenaline kicks in every time I go out there on that stage, and then one of my announcers say, "Ladies and gentlemen, 57 years, last man standing, original Shine Mr. Marshall Thompson, and all the audience and the whole place stand up." That generates me, and also it helps my health. My health by me having a stroke. It generates a lot of people that had strokes feel that they can get up and move forward. You can do whatever you want to do. If you want to do it, you got to put it in your mind to do it. You're not over until you're over.
Is it that simple? Is it that simple when people think about like working to start into the entertainment business and when they think about like long term having the longevity that you have? Like I'm not saying past tense, not that you've had, that you have. Like is that something that you translate to people like, hey, I'm 57 years in the game. You might get 5 years in the game. You might get 10 years in the game. You might get 20. But if you want what I have, do you have a different conversation with people when they come to you and they're like, "Sir, you
Yes, but
are you
I'm sorry.
are Marshall Thompson. Like, how do I get your longevity?" Do you have different conversations or is it pretty much the same?
Well, first of all, you got to come in it to be a long term. Okay, if you come in it right and you believe in what you're doing, you can stay, but you got to want to stay. You got a lot of people that's gonna come in with you. It's gonna come in, go out, come in, go out. You can change like me. I can change guys every week because they're not the original guys anyway. You know what I'm saying? As long as I have somebody good up there with me to sing them songs, sing them hits. And
Right.
that's what I do. I hire guys that can sing those hits with me. Okay? I'm not trying to be no top tenor because I'm a baritone. So I hire me a top tenor like Eugene was. I hire me a second tenor like Squirrel was. I hire a bass like Red was. So when we get on stage, we got that sound. See? So there's no telling what people are going to do in show business because you got husbands and wives. The wives might tell them, I don't want you on the road. Okay?
Right.
So, and if the wives tell you not on the road, you might not go on the road. So I can't depend on what will not be. I got to depend on what's going to be. Okay? And when I go out and do my show, it delivers.
Do you still get the same feeling from doing live shows?
I'm sorry, repeat that again, please.
Do you still get the same feeling today? Like when you do a live show, is it the same? Like
Well,
what's the difference?
I get the same energy. I get the same adrenaline on that stage. When I hit that stage, I'm doing my part. You got to remember now, everybody in the Shy Lights handled their own business on that stage. I'm still doing what I do on the stage. The only difference is I'm not dancing like I did because of the stroke, but I'm delivering my part of the voice. I sung part of the songs on every song that we ever made. We always came in to do certain things. And my voice is, when I talk on stage, I always talked when we had the original group. So they recognize that voice. That's one thing. When I open up my mouth on stage, yep, that's the Shy Light. Some of the people don't even remember everything. Like they remember them songs though. But long as you got one voice out there that's recognizable, you got it made.
Sir, I want to ask you this. I want to ask you this. I want you to think about this question, if you would, please. Excuse me for asking you to think about anything, that I would ask you. But what would be your message? What would be your message to the young entertainers? Like it's crazy out here right now. Like you come from like a pure entertainment aspect of the entertainment business. Like you couldn't just like sing good. You couldn't just have good moves. You couldn't just have like the money to be able to buy like matching suits. You mean like what my last question to you, sir, before I hand it over for everybody else to ask their last questions. What would be your message to the, the younger generation that is working to get into entertainment? Like, give me an answer that encompasses 57 years plus of time in the entertainment business.
You hear me?
Give them an answer. Oh, we hear you, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. You carry on.
What would be the answer? What would be the answer? I know there's not one answer for it, but for you, for 57 years in the entertainment business, what would you say? What would be like the one message that you would want to put out to the up and coming people in the entertainment business?
So you saying if in the entertainment business, what would you say? What I would tell somebody to do?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, Mr.
Well,
Marshall.
I would tell them if they're going to be in the business, be in the business. Okay, you got to put your whole heart and soul into your work. If not, you better do something else
Mm.
because it's not going to work for you. It's got to be 24 hours in your head in the music. That's what it's about. You have a lot of competition out there. You have a lot of people out there. Don't record a record and think that it's not a good record. Everybody record a record think they have a hit. Everybody. Oh, I got a hit. I got a hit. It's nothing. And no song is a hit until the people buy it. Okay.
Mm.
Oh Lord, if he said that out loud, I'm probably gonna say it again.
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
So
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
can bring a song to a radio station. How come they not playing my record?
Mm.
Well, it's politics and everything. But if you
Uh,
bring
Yes,
them the
sir.
right record, buddy, you're gonna have a record. I don't care what kind of politics out there. I was around when Ring My Bell, Anita Ward, my friend Frederick Knight, he had that song. He told me, he said, Marshall,
my
I'm
bad.
I'm gonna take this song. I'm gonna record this girl, Anita Ward. I say, Fred, what you gonna do? I got a hit. I got a hit. Down in Jackson, Mississippi. I'll never forget it. He came to me at my concert. Man, man, I get enough money. I got to go in the studio and cut this record. And man, that man went in that studio, cut that song. About a month later, that record went so fast, you could make your head swim. See?
Yeah.
But he had a real record. Every radio station wants a dynamite record. But the whole thing is so many records out there now. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of competition, so you got to come in there with that right song. We went around singing the B-side of "Have You Seen Her" for almost a year, okay? And went to St. Louis, performed at the Kiel Auditorium with Jackie Wilson. Was coming off the stage, and the people was hollering, "Have you seen her? Have you seen her?" We said, "What?" That was our B-side. What we talking about? We haven't even rehearsed it with the band.
Lord.
So
Oh,
so so
Yeah.
Jim Gates, the DJ Jim Gates, told us to say, "What y'all doing? Y'all better get on that stage and sing 'Have You Seen Her?'" We said, "What? That's our B-side. We didn't rehearse that with no band.
Wow.
Have you seen her?" He said, "You better go out there and say do 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 or something, 'cause they gonna tear this place up." So we went back. We've been back on there and sung it a cappella, man, standing ovation. People went nuts.
Christ.
Wow.
So you never know. You never know. You just got to keep on recording and trying to come up with the super record. You can make it,
Yeah, come
but
on.
every song that you record is not a hit. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Hey, if anybody, everybody that's like, we have a very broad listening group. Like, we have thousands of people that are like probably listening to us right now, and I just want to really give a shout out to the people that are viewing and listening in.
Uh
I want to give a strong shout out. Like, oh my goodness gracious, man! Y'all see what y'all see my face right now, right? Like,
huh.
I'm so
Right, right.
serious, man. I'm so
Uh,
serious. Like, having OG is defined by an original gangster.
Right.
That's what they say an OG is. It's an original gangster. When there
yeah.
Right.
wasn't nothing, when there wasn't anything there, they created a path of not just finance, but of prosperity. So this edition of Encore Live on WBOKRadio.com, we've had the honor. It's such a humbling. Like, everybody can see my face. I'm not just talking. You can see my face. Such a
Mm-hmm.
humbling experience to be able to have Mr. Marshall Thompson on WBOKRadio.com, man. To have Miss Mykesha Best back on with me. You know what I'm saying? The first person to ever interview me on WBOKRadio.com.
Uh
You know what I
huh.
mean? Um,
Ain't that something? That's a my pleasure
it's
to be on the station.
it's
Oh,
I'm beyond elated, sir. Like, in all respect, I'm beyond elated. Like, there is no way that, like, I could just try to get a phone number for you to be able to get this knowledge from you, and
oh,
for you to take the time to be able to put this knowledge out to the people and on our radio station. And I'm not a big DJ. I'm not a big radio host. We are WBOKRadio.com. We are EncoreLive.com, and I'm gonna tell you, for anybody that's listening that doesn't know, Mr. Mitchell does not get on these interviews.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
lot of famous people that come on these interviews, a lot of people that have been in the business. But this is one of the first times that Mr. Mitchell said, "Oh no, I gotta ask some questions myself."
Mr. Marshall Thompson, I do have one thing that I do want to say here real quick.
Uh-huh.
And I first of all apologize from the deepest part of my heart for all of the technical difficulties that we've had during this interview. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I would be humbled and honored if you would agree to do a second part. I could inbox you and we could reschedule a second part to the interview because I believe the viewers probably missed out on a lot considering we did have a lot of technical difficulties in there. I would love to invite you back for a second part to this interview if you would be interested. And what I could do is I could then inbox you the available date that we have. I mean, does that sound like something you would be interested in?
That would be fine with me.
Awesome, awesome. I'm all right with that. So that's what we do. So all of the listeners on WBOK Radio, you heard it from the man himself. The man himself did agree. He's good. What we will do is set a second part, and we're going to make it bigger and better. Actually, we're going to make the second interview bigger and better. I promise you, and it's going to run a lot smoother, and there won't be any bugs in the second interview because I do want to make this right. I mean, you are a legend in all of our eyes. You're a legend in all of our eyes, and we want to make sure that you get your due. We want to make sure you get your due, especially when it comes to WBOK Radio. We want to make sure that you get it right. And I think all of the staff here is really doing a wonderful job, and that you all have done a wonderful job considering. I know we had some bugs and problems, but we can't help it. we couldn't help those problems and bugs and everything, but we will make it right the next time. I promise you. Makisha, I'm going to give you the floor, and then I'm going to give Miss Music the floor, and then we're going to have Mr. Marshall Thompson. He's going to give his final words and his shout-outs, and we will set a new date, so keep it locked. Makisha, I'll give you the floor real quick.
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Mr. Marshall, it's been a pleasure. You are a living legend, and your music will be a legacy. Thank you, Charles. Yoki and Miss Music, you've done a wonderful job. Glad to be a part. I love WBOK.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Miss Music? Miss Music?
Yeah, I just want to say I really appreciate him coming on tonight. I know since I've come onto the show, I'm kind of new to everybody. Some of y'all know me because we be featured on T Music Radio on WBOK Radio. So I want to say shouts out to everybody out there. Thank you for bringing us your knowledge tonight. There's a lot of things that, like I was telling them when you got cut off not too long ago.
Okay.
Mr. Thompson?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I was telling them earlier, I noticed something about you, and that was that no matter what, for the 57 years that you've been in this game, you have managed to keep people in your life, bless people in your life, love people in your life, and keep things to where they just kept revolving. You had people fed, that was in the group. You had families taken care of. You never forgot anybody. You always included everybody. And like when you come to you're the last man standing, you're not putting just yourself, you're putting everybody up there, And I just admire the fact that no matter what you went through along the way, from the era that you went to into the new transitioning era, like, I just gotta say, like, wow,
I appreciate it. I appreciate that. But it's all in the blessings, though. I had my break. Now it's time for the youngsters to have their break. It's enough room out there for everybody. Just do your thing and believe in what you do. That's what you have to do. If you don't believe in what you do, who gonna believe in it for you?
Exactly.
It starts from you.
I just want to say, she's in heaven, and she doesn't, so she probably knows I'm doing the show, but I know she's like proud to know that I'm sitting here being able to talk to somebody that has such a heart and spirit like you do, and I'm proud to be able to be here to sit here and take some time to ask you questions, and I appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to do that. Thank you.
That's okay.
And I
Appreciate it.
do. I also want to add that our hearts and prayers go out to the families of the other members of the Shallites as well too, because I mean they each were extremely talented. I mean the other members of the Shallites. I mean they all had just extreme amount of talent, and so our hearts and prayers go out to all of them. Mr. Yogi, would you like to add anything else, and then we're going to have him do his final shout outs.
Of course, of course, of
Okay.
course. The new voice at WBOKRadio.com. I am Yogi Wanayo, the one and only homie. That's my shameless plug while we're online. On in full honesty and wholeheartedly, like I am honored to be a part of the WBOKRadio.com staff membership group. I am greatly humbled by being a face and voice of this station for Mr. Marshall Thompson, brother. Like I'm a young boy to you. I'm a young boy.
That's okay.
Like if you saw me in person, you'd be like, yeah, go get me a plate.
Yeah,
You know,
put you over his
you
That guy. I mean,
when I tell the youngsters, they tell people when I'm in the street sometimes, they ask them, oh, who are you? They mother and father tell them, oh, he's famous. That's one of the Shallites. I say, you know what? Jay-Z did my record. Look at the bottom of it, back of it, and see my name. They say, oh, Jay-Z. I said Beyonce. I tell them Beyonce did my song. Look at the back of it.
If you go by record of like people that have been in the entertainment business and that have had longevity in the entertainment business, of course, we're WBOKRadio.com. It's Encore Live right now. We do this every Saturday, man. We bring the greats to the table, man. We get very personable with people that some people never get to ever meet.
Right,
We give them that opportunity to be personable with people. With myself, man, I'm that same kid. I'm that same kid, man. Just trying to make $1.
That's what it's all about. Tell them to go inside my website too, and they can see a lot of stuff on my website they might not know. You know what I'm saying? Shallites.
Shout it out.
Shallites.info. CHILITES.INFO. Shallites.info. Just go in there and you'll see a whole lot of show business in there.
Where's the next place that people can see you, sir?
Well, in Chicago here, our next place here in Chicago is at the Star Plaza Theater here. That's New Year's Eve here. And we'll be in Philadelphia at the Dale with the Stylistics, Temptations. Who else on the show? I forgot the other. It's three acts on there. But the Stylistic, Shallites, Temptations, and I can't think of that group name. But that's on the 4th of July 14th at the Dale Music Center.
So for everybody that doesn't know what the Big Brother is putting down, what the OG is putting down is like you need to bring your girl to Philly.
Right. You better believe it. You better believe it, buddy.
You need to bring your girl to Philly for this show.
Have you seen her?
If you don't bring your girl to Philly for this show, you ain't shit.
You better believe it. Come to the Dale Music Center right there in Philadelphia.
Hey.
Bring on there and enjoy yourself for this summer because we're going to have a ball.
The OG already told y'all what it is.
Yes, sir.
The OG already told y'all what it is.
Okay,
right.
okay.
Hey,
We're going to give you the opportunity to right now to give your final shout outs, Mr. Marshall Thompson. If you could please give your final shout outs, and then we will go ahead and end the show.
Well, I'd like to shout out to all the beautiful people that supported me for 57 years. A lot of them gone, but a lot of them are still here. And we'd like to say to you that we love you. Keep supporting us. Come on out, see our show. If you want to know what we're playing a lot of times, just go on to shallites.info, CHILITES.INFO. info, and go into where it says tour dates. Go into there. You want to know about riders. You want to know about the whole business. If you want to know a lot about the business, go into my website. It'll tell you a lot of stuff.
Awesome, awesome. All right. I'm going to have you do one thing for us real quick, Mr. Marshall Thompson. I'm going to have you do one thing for us real quick. I want you to say into your microphone, I want you to say, this is Marshall Thompson from the Shy Lights, and you are tuned in to WBOKRadio.com.
Hi, this is Marshall Thompson and the Mighty Shy Lights. You're tuned in to WBOK Radio. They're kicking with the jams.
All right. I love it. Thank you so much, and we are looking forward to part 2 of this. It's going to be bigger and better, I promise you. We're going to set up the date, and we're going to push this. I'm going to have all of my staff is going to push it real hard for you. We're going to make sure that we're going to get some people in. You had several viewers in. I've been paying attention to the viewers. You've had several viewers in today, so I want to give you that. I want to give you that piece of information. You do have them tuned in, my friends. You do have them tuned in.
I like to say next time I'm gonna make sure, because I'm gonna have my own computer from my office here at the house, and we know it's gonna be right.
Okay. Hey, we all love you. We all love you, and we all will support you 100% of the way. And I will be inboxing you soon. Thank you so much. This is WBOK Radio. This is Yogi 1AO. This is Miss Music. And we have Miss Markeisha Best in the house. Next week, our special guest, we're going to have Arrested Development's, the lead singer of Arrested Development, Speech. Speech is going to be on our show next week. But stay tuned in.
Hey, WBOKRadio.com, man. We're keeping y'all live linked in with the real in the business, man.
All right.
The real in the This is This is your host, Yogi 1AO. Man, the young and original gangster imperial, you know what I'm saying, the one and only. I'm the one and only homie Big Yogi. I got my lady on the line right now, my co-host, Miss Music, down there in Tampa, Florida. I'm up here in the DMV. We are really bringing y'all the best.
Are we?
Like, come on, man. If you ain't LinkedIn, you slacking. It's WBOKRadio.com, yo. Like, we handling this, man. Like, we're bringing you the best in entertainment. If you're not on this radio show, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
I don't know either.
I honestly don't.
Don't know where we're at.
All right.
Hey,
thank y'all. Thank everybody. Okay.
Hey, happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Markeisha Best, I sure appreciate you for tuning in. My co-host, I sure appreciate you for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Mitchell, of course, condolences. You know what I'm saying? Right. Salute to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I sure appreciate the work. Mr. Thompson.
Don't eat too much barbecue up there.
Oh, Lord. They expect me to go to a show tonight, and I'm not going to show up. I'm not going to show up tonight. I'm not going to do it. Like, I did my job. I did my job in entertainment tonight.
Right on.
All right.
Appreciate it. Love you all.
Stay tuned. Hey, yo, for everybody that's tuning in and listening, if you don't know, Mr. Mitchell will put the numbers up for everybody that wants to understand a little bit about how many people like tune in to this show. This is WBOKRadio.com. This is Encore Live. It's every Saturday. We're 7 to 9, man. We bring the best in entertainment, yo. Like, we have no other option. That's just our job. We're going to do that job. For everybody that's tuned in, we want to give a big salute. We want to give a big shout out. We want to make sure that everybody that's tuned in, if you have your music, if you have your company that you want to put on a platform, it's WBOKRadio.com. It's your one and only homie Big Yogi, man. It's every Saturday, 7 and 9. And we're going to go over a little bit, but, you know, we always bring in, like, the special guests. We always bring in the people that are doing the big things in the music and in entertainment. We got Markeisha Best on the line right now. My co-host that's doing her thing down in Tampa, Florida. You know what I'm saying? We got Miss Music on the line too. Let's wrap it up, yo. I hope y'all tune in. next week. Because next week, what we're going to do for y'all is we're going to have a very intimate conversation with Speech from Arrested Development. And then what we're going to do the week after, tune in to see what we're going to do, man. It's WBOKRadio.com. This is Encore Live. We are wrapping up an interview with some of the best people that I know in entertainment, man. And we are definitely going to tell everybody, log in, comment, follow the links, everything that had to do with this interview. Please ask the questions to the brother that was on our radio show this evening. You know what I'm saying? We got Mr. Thornton Mitchell. That's what we do. That's what happened, you know. We're just gonna bring y'all the best, man. We're gonna continue to keep the ball rolling until we see y'all next week. WBOKRadio.com, Encore Live every Saturday, 7 to 9. We might go a little bit over.
All right. We are out, my friend. Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody. Y'all take care.
Thank you all.
All right. Bye-bye.